Hey there everyone, Corey Maru here with a new video to talk about the recently announced House of the Dead remake for the Nintendo Switch. Let me tell you guys, there was a little history between me and this franchise. When I was only 6 years old, I used to be afraid of this game when it debuted in the arcades back in 1997. I mean, the creatures and the disfigured zombies would pop out right into your face for a good chomp or an axe to the face. I would cry in fear whenever I see the House of the Dead anywhere, including in movie theaters and arcade spots. It took me years later when I finally conquered my fears by playing the House of the Dead 3 on the Xbox, and from here on out I became an instant fan, from creating my own small fan site to a growing community on Discord. Now, let's begin with the trailer analysis and my expectations for the remake. The trailer begins with an eerie creaking sound as if someone is getting off a chair, which I can assume that is either Thomas Rogan in his office before he receives a phone call from Sophie, or Kyrian in a room within his mansion. The next scene pans to a number of creatures in front of the Kyrian mansion within different angles. If we slow down the video a tad bit, you can see the following creatures: Bourbon, Cyril, and Harris, all lined up to kill, with AMS agents Thomas Rogan and G arriving on the scene. As we transition into the gameplay, we can see Megapixel Studios' goal is to make the game true to the original arcade game's real shooting gameplay, and supporting up to 2 players with a whole new entourage and gameplay changes to suit modern gaming standards, such as changing weapons, retaining original enemy placement, and HUD design similar to the previous House of the Dead titles. Since the Nintendo Switch version will be released first, I believe players will use the console's Joy-Con features to shoot down enemies. Above the upper left and right of the screen, your score will be displayed automatically, whereas in the original version, you will have to enter a secret trigger code to unlock it. Below the score display, there seems to be a gauge of some sorts. Not sure if it's something that would make your shots powerful to kill a wave of creatures, or a Gorgasm feature from the House of the Dead Overkill, so I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. Judging from the screenshots as well, the game will also display points you earn depending on where you shot the creature. Looking back at the creature designs again, you can almost compare them to the designs from the House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, a recent installment in the series which is now available to play at arcade locations such as Round 1, and I want to say how much I love how they decided to stick with the similar designs from that game. The trailer then ends with the AMS agents confronting the man, myth, and legendary Dr. Kyrian as he returns for the remake and spits out one of his famous quotes from the original arcade game.
I must compliment you. I didn't think you could make it this far. However, this is it. Let's see how good you really are.
His design matches the original tier from the original game while borrowing a few design choices from the House of the Dead 3 and the House of the Dead Nightmare for mobile phone. I hope we get to see more close-up shots of him up front so we can see the heterochromia within his eyes. I also hope that we get to see Thomas Rogan, G, and Sophie Richards designs as well. Now on to my list of expectations for the House of the Dead remake. By the way, we just got confirmation that the following voice actors will have roles in the game, which I'm really excited to hear more about very soon. First on the list of expectations I have for this remake is that the game should feature an arranged mode, similar to the Saturn and PC mode of the original games on consoles, with the ability to become different characters with unique weapons and stats, which would give players such as myself high replay value. Next is to have at least 3 versions of the game soundtrack from the arcade, Saturn PC ports, and the new arranged version. Fingers crossed that Forever Entertainment can score a video interview with Tetsuya Kawachi on his take on the soundtracks he composed for the House of the Dead 1 and 2 during his time at Sega. Third on the list is an unlockable creature mode, which shows every 3D model and animations of the characters and creatures featured in the game. My fourth expectation for the remake is to have several playable modes such as mission, training, and boss mode. Boss mode can stay intact like the original game ports, but I feel that a mission and training mode will help newcomers become better at the game if they want to aim for a higher score in the online ranking. There should be also an unlockable gallery mode featuring never before seen concept art from the original Sega AM1 staff from the original game and Megapixel Studios for the remake that can be unlocked by shooting in certain spots in arcade and arranged modes in the game, similar to House of the Dead Overkill and Scarlet Dawn. Last but not least is to have the game released on other consoles such as Steam, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox Series for that good 4K resolution gameplay, and have a typing version for the remake for a more different yet fun experience for everyone. That's all I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more videos like these. You can also support me through Streamlabs, as it will help making video content such as my Sega Lore series better for you all. This is Corey Maru, signing off. Take care and have a great week.